I'm a marketeer. I'm working in a bank. I'm young. And, oh, crikey, it's 1999. And I scribble a paper. And the paper is actually just a couple of ideas. And Peter Adams was his name, actually. Peter Adams was a housemate down in the middle of Old Windsor in a place called Winkfield. That's where we were sharing a house together. And he one day came and told me, he said, Ali, you know that paper you wrote? I was at a stand and we were presenting a couple of things. And these guys started mentioning a couple of things that caught my attention. So I actually picked up and gave them the paper. I didn't think anything of it. I left it. About 4 months later, the CEO of that firm called me and he said, oh, we've taken some of the ideas that you had. And I said, oh, okay, I've no idea what you're talking about. He said, let's have a look at the website. And those days, this is 1999, yeah. Websites weren't that common then, right? And he showed me, and it was word for word what I'd written. Somebody believed in a 20-odd-year-old scribbling things who's got no experience or education and no God-given right to write things about wireless technology. And you've got a company that's a tier one player. These guys, just to give you an idea, they were the largest designer and manufacturer of DECT phones in the world.
Wow.
And so he found something that he looked at inside that document and said, I believe this. So, this 20-something-year-old, I think it was 24 at the time, started going, hold on a minute, maybe there's something in this. And then I had to make a really big decision because he actually came to me and he said, I really believe in what you're doing. And I believe in the way that you've come about, this problem statement. You don't think about it like an engineer. Can you actually try looking at this for us? And would you come and work with us full time? It took all of my energy and my might to think about, wait, I had all my life worked out. I'm going to be a corporate person. I'm going to be that guy in the suit. I'm going to be living down in the city.
Yeah.
I'll be working, where the big glass office is. I had to leave all that behind in a heartbeat. And at the same time, when I also think of another example, when you think about blood diagnostics, I have no credentials to say that I should really be in a position where I could be telling people about how to live their lives to avoid really, really awful, diseases, especially infectious or non-communicable diseases like diabetes. Yeah, I was working with the guys, and I worked for a person that literally created the glucometer. So when they come up and they say to you, but you think differently, and you come from to the problem statement from a perspective that we don't think about, because we're marred by, actually, I think, great education, but that's limiting for them because they're working with a frame of mind that inhibits them from thinking outside of what I would say is my mind.
Constrained thinking by default. Absolutely. Yeah.
And so those ideas basically became the way in which we could start to think about diabetes reversal. Why are people behaving though? And actually, it's human behavior again. And that human behavior doesn't just damage, yourself without thinking about the cellular level of damage you're creating. Literally, you are creating cellular damage to yourself. That's what diabetes is. It's the glucose receptor not having the ability to be able to communicate effectively in order. And this is my telecoms thinking. That's how I would relate things back to myself in understanding biology through the lens of wireless engineering. And so anyway, effectively, where you end up, Jeff, is you end up in a position where you say, I don't believe I can do this, but you have to fight yourself viscerally to be able to say, yeah, I think this is worth doing it. Let's try it.